There are threats, there is coercion, there is intimidation. We are aware that there are plans to bring up trumped up charges through DCI, EACC against particular members of parliament, just in an effort to try and coerce them to particular political inclinations. And I have said for myself, I think I've been very clear and very emphatic that once I take a position, I cannot be swayed from that position, not by the threats to life that have been there to myself and many other members of parliament who are aligned to the deputy president, not the threats to remove us from positions, not even the threats to recall us. The only people who can recall us are the people who elected us, but not the political parties that we used as vehicles. Political parties should only recall us if we have diverted from the policies that were espoused by the political parties, but not for politics. Not because I support person A vis-a-vis person B. That to me, I will not be cowed by intimidation, and I remain focused, as I said, on my job and my mandate as a member of parliament.
Maybe idea of who was hunted or who was removed from what parliamentary seat or who was de-whipped in the history of Kenya will be a footnote when we talk about the legacy of Jubilee, because it's at this time when Kenyans are keen to see leadership. And when I talk about leadership, is that we're in a moment of crisis as a country, and it is in moment of crisis that real leaders emerge. The questions that will be asked by history about this time will be what solutions were offered at this very critical time in a crisis like this. And I can assure you that when the history is written, it will never be about who was de-whipped or who got what position. And in fact, anyone who benefits from a position at this moment will be playing into a very dangerous political arena, because the next 2 years will not be about what position you got in Senate or what position you got in Parliament. It will be about the quality of solutions you give to the problems that Kenyans are facing as we speak right now.
We are there to bring it down to the National Assembly once we are done with the Senate. And I've said I am not distracted. I am not distracted from my work. I will continue to work both as chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee and also as member of Parliament for Kikuyu, because I was elected by the people of Kikuyu to serve them, and I will continue to serve them in whatever capacity I can. And therefore, my focus right now is not on the political sideshows, because for me those are political sideshows. My focus now is on the work that I need to do for the people of Kikuyu and for the people of Kenya through the Budget and Appropriations Committee. We are focused on that. In fact, from this Wednesday, God willing, we will begin our final engagements with the departmental committee chairs to finalize on the budget process, and I hope and pray that everybody is focused on that, because as I said, I believe that is what we should be focused on.
Just articulate what they tell us and what they feel. So intimidating leaders will go nowhere. In fact, it is on the reverse. The more you intimidate these leaders, the more solidified the ground becomes. Today, Senator Keheka in Nakuru is a very popular leader because of the way she was treated unfairly. And they know the role she played in putting this government into power. Then you come and hide out of office for no good reason. The people are with her 100%. And even those of us who are being intimidated, those of us they want to take to court for whatever reason on trumped up charges, they will just make us more popular, they will make us more solid, and we have no problem. We are ready, and in every struggle there is a sacrifice, and some people have to sacrifice for the people to become victorious. So if this is a price for us to pay as leaders, for being firm, for being very reasonable, for articulating the issues that concerns the people who elected us, so be it. We have no problem.
And well, the indication that we are seeing is that there are people who have an appetite for coalitions at this time. To my mind, I think it is ill-advised to be forming coalitions at this time, because even the branding, Kenyans might end up branding you the Corona Coalition, because you're being formed at a time when people are looking for a solution to Corona. It might not be the time to look for political realignments and coalitions. When we wake up one morning, it is about whipping or de-whipping. It is about political parties. But we've got to, as Kenyans, be very vigilant. And more vigilant should be Parliament at this time. Because when you think about it, the oversight required of Parliament is more critical now than ever before. So that we don't come out of this Corona issue and Parliament has not asked the right question, and we end up with a Corona Gate, not being able to account for all the monies that we have been channeling to this Corona response. When you think about it, Parliament will need to be more vigilant at this time in terms of vigilance because of the issues that are rising up. For example, the response we gave to our youth, we said that in this time of Corona, we shall have our youth going into the trenches to sweep the streets and to dig up the trenches. But what we saw last week is young people coming up in arms, protesting that they are not being paid for this work. So other than Corona Gate, we will also have a Mtaro Gate of these young people who have been put in these mtaros to dig up mtaros and trenches at this time of